Hello and welcome to episode 5. We have now entered the territory where our last campaign ended in despair, and we are in a much better position than last time. So the alien invasion has been nuked to obliteration, no, to end, but the alien admin is protected by the US for now. So the plan is to do a revolt by force here eventually. For that we need more command. Currently working on buying command orcs here to our agents whenever something is available. I think we already bought everything here in this mission phase. Yeah. So in the next mission phase we're going to check out if there is anything available at that point. Meanwhile, we are pretty strongly holding to our Middle East section here. We are building up 2 more Mars bases, and Mars itself is pretty decent and occupied by almost everyone now. By everyone actually. So everything has filled up by now, and we could consider, and probably we should do this now, is put a station in orbit here. So I do think I'm going to just send a normal platform there. So this one is going to be Mars base. We can afford this. And then we wait until it arrives, and then we can upgrade it next year to build a secondary shipyard here and base on Mars as well. This is a luxury. This is not really necessary here. What we also want to do is build a shipyard around Earth now. And even though I have been digging around a bit where to put stations here, in which orbit, so one could, for example, put one here in medium Earth orbit, and then fall down to Leo 1 and 2 to defend stations, but I'm not 100% sure about it. We are currently, however, mostly in Leo 2, so that's another argument for Leo medium, because it's closer here than Leo 1, but I will probably just put it in Leo 2 here as well. So by that, I'm going to just put... Yeah, let's just put the orbital there. Then boost, we do have this, no problem. But this is going to be the Earth shipyard for now. Shipyard. Oh, I can't write today, apparently. So, and we're going to put... We don't have the tier 2 shipyard yet unlocked, so we are going to just be simple with 2 space docks for now. Let's actually make 3. So we can build ships if we need to. But in case that we need to build ships and also still want to upgrade to a shipyard proper. So let's make 5 here, even though it's a bit of a waste, we don't need them. And then we just put some stuff, like, so we are going to pull another solar array here. And then let's fill up with something that we could use. So Xenolabs we do have enough of. We do have Space Science Lab. We don't have the one for public opinion available yet. We could do... Space is done. Military, not really needed anymore. Military investment no longer needed. Life Science, I think we got Life Science as well covered. Let's see. Xeno, Space, Social. Okay, so Life Science is missing. Okay, so we're going to put just a few Life Science labs here. And have a bit of a bonus there from investment and a bit more science output as well. And now we probably have to wait for more resources. Someone mentioned why I didn't take the asteroid base that we discovered last time with the really high noble output, 29 here. So yeah, this is really nice. And probably I should take it, but I'm too super conservative about mission control right now. However, I get the point that we maybe lose it, and then we need to send Marines there. And this is the best one we currently know of. So maybe we just take it to build up a bit of a stockpile. And before the aliens do it, because they might also go for it. So we're going to send an outpost here, 14 boost, takes forever. So we just put the mining there. We can still upgrade it to a settlement later, when everything has arrived, so no need to do it now. And we can just put here, I don't know, nothing for now. Like this. Perfect.
Wrapping up.
But this is putting me into a bit of a dangerous territory with 34 mission control already, because we only have like 16 available until we hit problems here, and we still need to abduct an alien for our alien interrogation mission, which is probably going to be in this episode. We are researching hydrobiology, and that we can lead into the abduction, the corpus, not the corpus, but the, yeah, after this one we move into the abduction of an alien. We need to do this next. In regards to Earth, now the focus will switch from the Near East to investigating how we can consolidate in Africa, which probably means that we have to break our non-aggression pact with Exodus for a while, which has been in place for a long time, and just to get in there. Alternatively, we could just take Nigeria first. I'm not 100% sold on anything here right now, but I'm going to make a decision in a second. Of course, this one we have to retake before we can unify these guys here, which is going to be in this month as well. So we can federate this month, and then there will be a unification in about half a year. So let's move forward, progress a bit with the quests and research, because on Earth there isn't a lot going on until we can finally crack down on the alien admin for good. So, a small update to help me out with the command issue that I'm facing. I'm trading orc with my best friends in Exodus here, which have 3 orcs available, which have 1 or 2 command. I'm throwing them a bone with one of my orcs that just gives money. So of course, plus 93 money is a lot with plus economy modifiers, but we can buy a new one. There are a lot of others similar to this one, while the command ones are hard to get. So let's do it. There we go. And the reason for this is mostly that we need to reach arrival security here. I think this one unlocks new orcs with command. So this is a gateway we have to get to. And yeah, we are not on its way currently. I have been able to grab 1 global research slot here, and I put in situ resource utilization to get dry hole less often, because I already got hit by it once, and this is annoying because it diminishes our resource gains significantly, even though we can replace mines with other ones eventually. But still, this is a bad event, and minus 50% is nothing we want. So that's one of the reasons, and afterwards I'm not 100% sure, because maybe I'm going to push unification tax instead first, because I need to improve science of our what we own basically, and the only way to get decent science output or reliant science output is by making larger nations, and therefore then be able to better invest into knowledge and so on. And the best candidate for this would be the Arab Union here, so that we can combine these things here. This is at least one of the good candidates we have, or maybe the big the big Saudi Arabia here, or both. But yeah, this is still a while away all, and we are definitely struggling. Even though we went up 1.9k in the last episode, I'm not sure that I'm going to see a lot of stuff here. The only good thing that's going to come in is the best brightest, which is going to give us 20 mission control, which will get us a bit of additional science output. I think it's like 7 per day per mission control. No, not 7. 0.7, I think. So it's like 14 science or something per day, which... No, that would be still too much. That must be 0.07. I think it's like 100 to 200 science we get from this total here in the monthly output. And yeah, so this is our biggest problem that we need to solve here now. And I don't really have a perfect solution for it until we can maybe put science on Mars later. This is what we got. So let's see how we can improve on what we got, right? We have arrived in January 2030, and I would say there are good news all around the Earth, more or less. So, at least for us. So, we have started to break into Nigeria here now. We got the first control point, going for the second one of the servants here. And also we have been relatively successful by trading and aiming for command orcs, so that we do have now our Masir on 10 command, which we need to invest our experience to get rid of Paranoid. This way we can later do the actions here when the unrest is high, else we will not be able to. And our who was it again? Pulat here. Pulat is already at 15 command, so we are really fine. We do have still 39 experience left, which means we could make 2 more command points if we need to. But we still have room in here for more command stuff. So, for example, this one is obsolete here, and these 2 are just placeholders for now until we have better orcs available. So, Pulat here will be very high in command eventually, when we get everything in place. We also do have 15 persuasion here on Agrata, and Agrata will invest her points into more persuasion over time. So then we can do the public opinion missions here. It's currently just 3% here, but we will get there eventually. So if we invest like 80 money here, and we do have 3 or 4 persuasion on top, this should be around 25 to 50%, depending on how well everything plays out. I would like to have a second one on 15 persuasion, but Verena here is only at 9 currently. We can hunt down some orcs for additional persuasion, or we could try to steal some from whoever has some. Exodus we don't want to touch. Yeah, we can't steal anyone currently, but we could trade with Exodus for these 2 here if we want to. Yeah, probably it's a good idea. Get these 2 in, and then we do have a bit more as well. And then we do have 2 agents with public opinion, and then we have 2 agents doing increase unrest. And this should get us to a revolt in the alien admin relatively quickly. It's not going to be easy, but at least we can try to do it this way. And ideally we target provinces like these ones here, so that they split off first, potentially, and then go for the admin last. But I'm not sure how to do this at best. But in general, pretty decent. And science is also at 2000. There is a bit of a change that I'm... Which one was it that I'm changed? One of the Earth... this one, right. This one I changed into Information Science Labs here. And therefore we do have now a bit also on knowledge investment here. So we get 30% knowledge investment bonus from this, which helps out because we, for example, pushing Egypt into knowledge now. I'm also slowly transferring other nations over to knowledge investments. Yeah, not these ones though, but it's only Egypt for now, but I intend to move the other ones as well. And this also has a reason. Unity movement is coming up, and we currently are cheesing the AI a bit here, because we are pretending to race them. So we cannot win the race here, but by investing a lot into it with 60% bonus investment, which is a good amount for the conditions we are in, we are investing about, yeah, we can see 50 per turn, per hour, per day. And therefore the Protectorate is pushed to also invest heavily into it to try to win the race here. And this way the tech will finish up extremely fast. So it will be done at the end of the month because we do have multiple factions investing into it. And we are also trying to race it, or pretending to race it. Therefore, this one is going to be done within no time. I think it started in mid of December, and we are dumping 10,000 science into it. So potentially, there is enough to do this. And we are also winning augmented reality, which I picked. And then let's see what we get after arrival international development here. Maybe there's also something we can try to race. We of course do not have enough research to contest 3 slots at the same time. But as we can see here, we are currently the faction with the highest science output. So that's a really a big milestone currently. And that's what we want to keep, of course. We have to make sure that we do not get ahead in total amount of mission control and control points here, because that would lead to the other factions getting envy against us, and we want to avoid this at all costs. And if we summarize stuff here, so humanity first is around 440, we are around 430, 25 actually, roughly. These ones here are around 400, 425, 223. Servants are in the lead with 446 roughly. No, that's exact. Yeah, and no, Protector is leading. So yeah, we have to keep an eye on this, because we don't want to be the faction that gets envy. So we should be careful with expanding too much here in Africa, because it's all mission, not mission control, but control points that will count towards this threshold, and eventually they would therefore target us, or we would drop down in relations. Currently we are tolerated by basically everyone except the hostile alien or alien friends, and this is of course very much preferred by us. That's why I also went back from our plans to take over Tanzania, because it would mean that we have to break our non-aggression pact here, and I don't think it's worth it, because there might be crackdowns coming again from the aliens or whatever, and this is just a mess currently. Ideally we later get an army out somehow and then conquer it by force, everything. The same what we are going to do here with Nigeria, where we already have 11 points invested into this army. And therefore, the unity movement is going to finish in a second here. And yeah, now the Protectorate has pulled out because they won. But we are going to finish it up. And then we can get one of the unification texts. For example, the United Arab League. Or the United Turkestan, the Shia Nation. We can get Gulf Cooperation Council, and then we can of course also unlock the next African unification project. And all of those are going to be very useful, because they will reduce our nations that we have to control by a lot. And therefore the consolidation of power will start, and it will be much easier to then later expand into Africa this way and build up nations there as well. Because ideally we can do the larger Nigeria project tech here, which is, so the first one gives you this stuff, which we conquered in our first attempt, and then the second one I think adds these ones and maybe something here, I'm not sure. Or the second and third one. I'm not sure which exactly. I need to check. And then the question is, what do we do down here? We could go for a South African project later. We could go for an Angola project. We could go for Tanzania and so on. Or we just wait for the African Union, where we already have an army in Ethiopia. And then we just start annexing whatever is left that we decide against. So, but that's something I need to think about. But I'm going to talk about it in a second, when we jump forward and see how everything develops. Okay, here we are, and as promised, we are going to try and detain our first alien agent. So Agrata here has found one in the United States, and we only have +3 from Intel, so we could do one more mission phase, but she got detected by the aliens already, so we are instead going to invest 64 here in ops. If it goes to ground, we will get it refunded, of course. And then we need someone to protect her. So Marseille will do. Wait a second, can't we use Poulard for this? Yes, we can use Poulard for this.
On guard.
As a higher command score.
Ready for orders.
So all of this, let's see if it works out. And let's now do, what do do we need to do here? Let's wrap this one up. So, before we get to the result of our detain, let's mention a thing. We have unlocked the unification projects, for example, the Gulf Cooperation Council here. We can also finish the regional African unions, which are just preserved for when I started this video here, or rather the last part of the video, because it was not really critical, but I wanted to talk about it. So we are going into the regional unification project so that we have some stuff to do. I also go into the Gulf Council to start unifying this one by force. I already made the rivalries here in July, so this month we can start declaring war. The cooldown is on the 30th, so this will fit in nicely in a second when the Gulf Cooperation Council is done. And so let's continue here. Yeah, August a bit more. And then afterwards we go into the Arab Union, for which we need to go expand westward here. And then we can also federate stuff over here, like the Arab Union into Egypt and so on. And also the other states here. Partially we are going to conquer it, for example, Syria and Lebanon. Not Lebanon, Jordan here we are going to conquer, of course. And then also Sudan we are going to conquer here as well. And then into Somalia probably as well, which we didn't pick as a rival yet. I probably forgot about this one. So Somalia here. I think I only did this one, right? Yes, Djibouti was picked, but the others I forgot. And also here at the west we are going to use Nigeria and Mali, which soon both have an army to then consolidate power with support from Egypt and the others in the west here. So that's going to be the part of the next episode where we are going to look into that and expand from there. And now let's see what the result will be of our detain.
Target in a secure location.
There we go.
We
So
have a
that's
live
good.
hydra.
And we didn't reach the cap, so that's my most important thing here. So we are still fine in regards to the aggression here. This is what I was concerned about most, because I had to purge a lot of servants recently, because they were flipping my Nigeria points back because they are in the A and Fed here. And apparently that somehow invited them to visit me frequently here. But with that, I can wrap up this episode. Next one will be all about unifications here on Earth. And we do have seen quite some global tech advancements here. We do have great nations now unlocked. We are finally slowly pushing towards quantum computing and then encryption. Slowly but surely. And of course, we do have 106% research speed for social science here, plus 70% from project, which is mostly from org, basically only from org, which is really good that I got it this high. 35% from a counselor is, of course, because Agrata, no, not Agrata, Akaye here as chief sociologist, which I saved up for, which was a lot of experience points, giving us 35% bonus science in these kind of projects. And that's it for now. The only downside is that the alien expansion is massive. Let's put it like this, friendly. So we need to come up with a solution how we get into space. Now, they are not moving a lot of stuff around, so that's a thing. Oh, there's a dreadnought coming again. That was the end of my space presence back in the first attempt. So they're not doing super much here, but they are building a lot of bases. So if you check it out, they have on Neptune 3, they do have on Uranus, they do have one, oh, only one, okay. And Saturn, they do have, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 already. On the Jupiter, they have 4, 7, 12, 14 already. And then they also have, I think, basically all of Ceres occupied and some other asteroids here. So they have a lot here. And Sheila. So they are well established over here. Another good thing is that they didn't expand heavily here in the Cooper belt itself, so they only have Gubinio and then inner stuff. So if we ever get outwards eventually, hopefully, then we don't have to do too many Cooper belt things. But yeah.
Cleaning things up.
Leave a like and subscribe and see you in the next episode, where we're going to continue our earthly adventures here.